Hello everyone, this is Dalton coming at you with another reveal slash unboxing video and a little review. So today we're going to go over the first part of my miniature market purchase I recently did. So this is only half of it. The other one will be in brick unboxing, so we'll get to that later. But for right now, we're just going to do the loose minis. So first up on the bat here, we have this, which is the Roper. It is from the Rage of Demons set. Really awesome detail on this guy. He literally screams like if you didn't know the tentacles, you'd think he was a stalactite with just a mouth on one side. Or stalagmite. Yeah. Really cool. I love his jaws. Like they're very detailed, prominent. The red eye there. His tentacles feel very strong and not breakable. Like they don't feel like any of them are loose. Can't think here for his underside. Roper 28. He's 20 out of 55 for the Rage of Demons. I haven't done a brick of Rage of Demons, so at some point might do that, but right now we're not going to. So next up, we have one of more of the recent. This is from the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, and it is the Crawl Death Priest. There you go. As you see, she's actually not bad looking, or he. I don't really know if it's a he or she. It doesn't really say. I just assume like with bug culture, usually females are in charge of it. But yeah, really cool looking with the nice skull-ish piece mask here, the nice little staff baton or wand, big thorax here, or the large backside, probably for like eggs. I believe they're probably in charge of that, maybe. Big, really, they're pretty solid wings, surprisingly. Almost do a quick comparison to her versus one of her drones. So, you know, or warriors, I should say, sorry, warrior. These guys are ones I've had before. I just grabbed her because she's rare, and also I thought, you know, why the heck not get something that can rule these bugs? Because if I wanted to set up a bug attack for the group, maybe she leads a bunch of winged bug warriors. So, you know, something cool there to add to the menagerie. Yeah, I have a tree in the background of my Tarrasque here. They're just for a fact, just some big guys. I also have some, like, you know, pieces of terrain around my area. Trying to make it look more interesting. Up next is more recent. It's a little bit different. It's the nameless one from the Monster Menagerie series. I think it was number 2. Maybe. It might be number 1. I'm not 100% positive. But let's get this to focus. There we go. Yeah, the nameless one. I'm not sure why these are a rare mini. I grabbed him because I was like, you know what? Supposedly some people like to play as nameless ones. Which I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, is he nameless because he just doesn't have a name? No backstory, I don't know. Maybe give his little axe a little fixing here. Not a bad mini, though. Like, not bad at all. And he's number 40 out of 45. Nice little humanoid to throw in the mix. Next up, we're going to go with another more older class. It is the Lizard Warrior. I think he's a Lizard Warrior Fighter? Lizard Folk Fighter. This is more like what you're going to find in the book. Like, his design is more like what you find in the Monster Manual. He's a really nice paint job. Nice dark green turtle with the spikes here. Very cool. Got a war club there. Like his little frill up here for like the representation of like a hair of a mohawk style. I mean, it's going to be really hard for you to see his base. Yeah. Really cool. I mean, I just need more lizard folk. Lizard folk are always good to get more of. Getting more lizard folk is definitely not a bad thing. We're going to go with another newer based one. This one's another rare mini. I like to get them rares because you never know when you ever decide to resell some. You can sell for a little bit of profit to make up for this very expensive habit. We have the Yogi Master. Now, Yogis are aliens, if anyone wants to know a little bit of lore about them. They're an alien race. They're very slave-heavy. They like to make slaves. They reproduce when they become like super Yogi, which are even bigger than this guy. They become like way bigger. That's when they start reproducing Yogis. You know, I don't think they're an aberration. I could be wrong. I don't remember that part, but you know, very interesting slaver race. If you want to have a slave campaign where this guy shows up and just starts telling everyone what to do because he's the owner. It's really cool. Next up, we're going to have the Abyssal Maw. Now, I've seen this mini on a lot of different situations. I'm not 100% certain of his paint job because, to me, the paint job is a little different. As you can see, he's a very purplish paint job here. He kind of almost blends in my skin a little bit. We'll just do this because he blends in my skin, which is a little different. Didn't expect that. Yeah, nice jaw detail going around there. Nice big maw head. The eyes kind of throw me a little bit, but you know, it adds to the creep factor of these little guys. So he's not a bad little mini. He's a little bit older. He's gone through a little bit, you know, war torn being a miniature market. They are minis that people sell to them. So he's probably been around the block a little bit. Not bad, though. I mean, nice little cool outsider, like alien invading creature from another realm. Obviously, they're not demons according to their card or anything. They're just a weird race. Next up, we're going to bring up another older miniature. They're lawful evil, but that's just because of what they are. Oh, this chain actually moves. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Yeah, we have this wolf skeleton here. And weirdly enough, his little, chain piece actually will move on him. I don't know if that means, structurally it broke, but I actually kind of like it. Gives a little bit of a flare if you put him in the wind, or you can adjust it sometimes. But yeah, as you can see, very nice skeletal of a wolf. The tail obviously is a little bit too non-segmented. I wish it was more segmented like the spine, but other than that, though, really good sculpt. I really do like it. The silvery chain line there. Like maybe this was someone's pet wolf, or they tried and it wouldn't eat, it refused, and just died. Came back to life with its hatred for that master, broke the chain and ripped someone's master apart. Something cool like that would be a nice little backstory if you want to make one skeletal wolf just walking the wild side. But really nice little undead here. He's a nice addition of the animal side to the undead. So if you have an undead group attacking your party, maybe that's just following them because it wants to be around other undead, but it just happens to be people. Next up, we're going to bring up a creature that's actually an elemental, surprisingly. It is the Troll. This is an older miniature. It's not new, it's older. As you can see, really cool looking. I do like his sculpt design. He's got these nice little lines on that just help make him look more on the thing of different realm-ish. Like he doesn't come from the same realm with all these weird lines on his tone. These different lines on him, which is a little unusual. But, like I said, he's a very cool looking mini, very aggressive, maybe like a deep lurker style. Like with an elemental, though, I don't know. I think they're an elemental of the cold, so they'd probably be walking around the tundras or deep realms where they can avoid the sun because they take double damage from fire. So avoiding heat in general or civilizations. Let's see if we can get that focus. There we go. This is the Undying Soldier. Now, surprisingly, what I didn't know, I thought he was just going to be like an undead human. He's actually an undead elf. So if you wanted to make him like a zombie elf with some magical spells even, or like paladin abilities, because he's probably a paladin. He was probably a paladin in life. I mean, I might give him a little bit of a silvery touch-up to help kind of give him some color. He's too flatly dark for my taste, so maybe someone already did that to him. I'm going to basically get rid of their work and kind of just go black and give him a little silver. He's a little too light for my taste. Oops, I just soaked him in water. I'm going to go my terrain turn and then drop him right in the water. Next up, we're going to go with a different type of undead. This is the Sacred Watcher. Now, as you might think, he looks a little ghostly. I think he is corporeal. So very unusual. He's got like a little sword, shield, so maybe another paladin with this heavy armor he's wearing. Maybe in life he is lawful good, and surprisingly, he distastes evil undead. So, if you want to have your party suddenly meet this guy as a thing, as an NPC for your game or something, it's not without the realm of possibility. According to his lore and stuff, these guys do distaste the undead of evil. So he would not like that werewolf, that skeletal wolf. He would distaste the Undying Soldier. He doesn't like evil. But undead evils make them really upset. And this one, I'm not 100% sure. This one I'm definitely going to need to research on. It is the Spellscale Sorcerer. It says dragon blood on it, which I'm not certain what that means. He does seem to have purple skin, so maybe a purple dragon would be the blood he used. Well, I got him because he was a rare as well, and he's pretty cool looking. I think he's from the War of the Dragon Queen type. Not 100% certain, but Spellscale Sorcerer, 2006, so older class, but really nice and still solid and good looking mini. I don't want to change his face anyway because I don't want to try to get rid of his details he's already got going there. I mean, next time I'd probably say if they did do maybe a remake of this guy, just give him a brighter metal, so I'll just pop his face more. But really cool, nice. PC for the group as a sorcerer. If you just want to use it as a sorcerer stand-in, something like that. Next up, we're going to get to a character I literally only grabbed because he'd be a good PC possibly down the line. This is the Kobold, kind of adventurer style, I'd like to say, because you can see he's got a nice little backpack here. He's got a good little tail. Got a pretty good long sword. That'd definitely be a long sword to him. Got his nice little kobold ears, no damage. Nice paintwork. He's nice in a simple coloration, but, it looks good on him. Nice little tunic, so he actually doesn't look like a naked savage running around. As you can see, it is from the Monster Menagerie. I think he was Monster Menagerie 3, if I remember properly. I never got him from the packs I grabbed, but he was pretty cool. Next up, we're going to bring up another rare mini. That Kobold wasn't rare, But I grabbed him because he was cool. Neither was like the Undead Sorcerer and the Maw, but they're nice to get. Next up, we're going to bring up the Wemmick Barbarian. Now, you might be looking at this guy going like, what the heck is a Wemmick? Well, apparently they are like a centaur lion man. So I guess you could have him technically fill for land. He's got this cool metal gauntlet here. Or maybe like mecha thing. Maybe they're aliens. I don't know enough about them. I got to do some research. Because you see like he's got this weird thing attached to his like sign there, that little chest piece. There's like these weird little tubes coming off him. Like obviously he's going to need a little heat on his spear here to fix that. But other than that, he's still nice, solid, nothing wrong. Maybe he would be like leading a pack of lions as his like pets. Like maybe he has cats following him around. Really nice large class warrior. I mean, he says chaotic good, so, I mean, CG, I think they said chaotic good in his card, so, I mean, he could be a good character, but, you know, like, if you piss him off, he chases you to town, rips you apart, you know, more, that's the chaotic part. But yeah, really cool. I really like this Wemmick Guardian. I didn't think I was going to like him because of his picture, so the picture on Manager Mark could use an update to make him a little bit more, like, what's the word I'm looking for, more justice to him. Anyway, we're getting to the last two minis of the group. So first off, we're going to go with the one that's unpainted. I did grab an unpainted miniature because I like the unpainted minis. We have this Griffin. I know he's probably considered older in the unpainted line, but you know, I wanted him because let's see how big his body is here. And we're going to compare it to like this Griffin. As you can see, there is a definite difference in size. He's at least double this Griffin's size. Like, he's definitely double the body size more, like, which I need that, and I like Griffins on the ground than I do on this base. They make extenders for animals that are flying. You don't always have to put them on a stick. I always get worried the stick's going to break, and once it breaks, I'm doomed. I'm going to have to, like, try and glue him to the base and make a thing that holds him up. That's a lot of extra work, but, you know, it'd be really nice to have just a Griffin, and I've seen a lot of weird, like, versions, like, people doing Blue Jay colors, like red-tailed hawk colors, you know, cool colors like that are different. Like, you know, make your Griffin different. You don't always have to follow the book. I mean, I might for this one, but at the same time, I might not because I have the regular-looking Griffin, so I might make it different. I mean, stay tuned to my Twitter account. If you don't know what that is, it's 01 Berserker. If you want to follow me and keep track, I will at some point post his finished paint job. Last up, we have the biggest, or second biggest kind of mini here. Very aggressive. I thought it was going to be more of a small to medium creature. I was apparently wrong. This is the Nessian Hound, or Nessin Hound. Nessian. Okay, I always want to put the I in there, but yeah. The Nessian Hound. Very aggressive looking canine here. He needs probably a little more pop in the silver almost, like it's a very dark silver. I might leave it that way, because now as I've looked at his card, he's a evil creature, technically. Obviously, he's like a warhound. But, these guys are actually fire types. They use fire to attack and the elemental power of fire, where they breathe a cone of fire. They're immune to fire. They take more damage from frost, you know, as the consequence. He was number 42 of 60 in his set back then. Like, lawful evil. So, you know, this guy would probably be like the Hellhound serving demons usually. Maybe if you're lucky, you can find a rich person who's using the Nessian Warhound and break it out, and then maybe he'll let you ride on it. And, you know, because he's a pretty cool mount. Like a horse, he'd be a pretty cool freaking creature to ride on the back of since he's like fire resistant. You know, it'd be really cool. I mean, like if we're gonna compare him to say like some of these, which look like I got some of these here. Let's compare him in size. These like hellhounds a little bit. Move my camera, increase my anglement towards it. There we go. Just a little zoom in here. There we are. That's the right amount. So that, folks. Move these guys over here just a little bit out of the back. So it's the Nessian Hound. These are like Pathfinder, you know, hellhounds, really aggressive. These are the D&D, which I slightly kind of like a little more because they're more like animal looking. Like, as you can see, he would definitely be the leader of this pack. Like, if he led this group, he'd be the big dog in charge. No pun intended. But, you know, it'd be really cool to have him. Like, he looks more in common with the D&D than the Pathfinder, though. So, I know he's an old D&D, and that's probably why. But it looks really cool. Like, maybe he'd be like an alpha hellhound. Like, this Nessian Warhound, like, would probably be the alpha to these guys. Like, these guys would probably serve him like a wolf pack. I mean, these guys would probably do it, too. It'd be really cool if, like, you had, instead of a wolf pack attack, a hellhound pack with their big alpha walking last out of the cave and kind of giving you the big roar of aggression. Let's put him up on top of rock to make it more cool looking, more imposing. His little servants run around him. Yeah, so I mean, that'd be really cool. I mean, that's why he's going to have a lot of playability. I mean, honestly, I kind of wish he was my character's mount in the game of our current session of D&D. By the way, guys, I am a member of the Dice Nutties podcast. Check us out. I do recommend going probably like to our episode 25. Our episodes before that, we were way different. Our sound quality isn't as good, and we were still kind of learning the ropes there. So, we're not as good as we could be. So, if you want to get a better episodes, go to that or even up to 50. But anyway, that's what we got here for this thing. I'll be doing a video later on unboxing of the Shattered Star Pathfinder I got. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you want to follow me at Twitter, I'm at 01Berserker. And if you want to subscribe and hit the like button at the bottom there and ring that bell, so that way you get reminded of the next time I post another video. And that's all I got for you today, though, guys. But, stay tuned and enjoy the coolness of these awesome, and enjoy the greatness that you get from collecting these cool little minis if you're into that. So anyway, guys, enjoy the greatness that just is D&D. Bye-bye.